everybody, and welcome to a new video of mine. Today we'll be talking about how some people on Booktok are supposedly getting bullied for reading too much, which I think is genuinely stupid, and I think it should stop. And it's not a really new thing, it's something that's been going on for a while now, even off the internet, and so we're going to talk about how I think that's just stupid, and I think it should stop. Like most things that happen on the internet, I think it should stop. If you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry about that. I am filming in the living room, so it really can't be helped. There is going to be some noise in the background. I'm sorry about that. I hope it doesn't really bother you. It does bother me. However, I hope it doesn't bother you. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the show where it's all about me reading a book and giving my opinion on it and yapping about it basically, and it's probably really bad because I'm a minor, I'm underage, I'm a teenager, and I'm giving a teen review. I mean, I am filming in the living room. Unfortunately, my library is in the living room, so I can't do anything about that. Also, the whole thing is being blocked off because of the angle that I'm in. به خدا دارم فیلم میگیرم. به خدا دارم فیلم میگیرم آبینا. رو مخم نرو. Anyway, so yeah, the whole thing is getting blocked off because of the angle that I'm filming on, but I am trying to, like, I read, basically. I think this is what I'm trying to virtue signal to you right now. I do read. That's like a hobby of mine. So I think I'm very qualified to talk about this subject, yeah. So what I mean by saying that people are being shamed on TikTok is basically I'm talking about comment sections and what people are saying, what video essays people are making basically. And I've seen this rhetoric. Sorry, my first language is not English, but I've seen this opinion online a lot, that if you read a lot of books, that translates into you not understanding them well enough and you going through them fast, which, see, I can see the points. That's the problem. I can kind of see the points, but eventually I do realize that this is just not an okay opinion. It crosses into some territories that I just don't really like. It's not good vibes. So I'm going to talk about that today. Also, look at my earrings. I really like them. I've been wearing them a lot recently. Yeah. Now, what I really don't like about this thing is, how do I explain this? I've heard this opinion a lot in my own life outside of the internet, where I'm talking to people and I'm like, oh yeah, I read like 10 books this month. And they're like, oh my god, you must not remember any of them. And that is such a presumptuous thing to think about someone. That is just, it just disgusts me sort of, about how people just assume things without ever like having any evidence behind it. Like, really, how do you know that I don't understand the book? Especially because they don't ask what type of book it is. Like, yes, if I am reading 10 classics in a month, either I'm very smart or I'm just going through them like fast food. Like, yeah, I can understand that. But if I'm reading like 10 romances a month, that's perfectly understandable because romance is a very light genre and the writing style is usually, not always, but romance is a very light genre most of the time, and the writing is usually light and easy to read. So, like, that makes sense. I think I'm going crazy over here. That does make sense. Yeah? Please agree with me in the comments. But, like, it depends on the type of book that you're reading. And I think that you can certainly read more books faster if you're going in a different genre than like another genre, you know? Also, I'm wearing hair ties around my wrists. I really just noticed. That's just what I've heard, and that's just my opinion. Obviously, you can have a different opinion. But basically, I think this is very stupid because, again, you're not considering things like genre, and you're not considering things like how smart the person is, or how fast they can read, or how their comprehension works. So when you're not considering these different factors, you're not adequately assessing the situation. Those were some big words, but you're not adequately assessing the situation. You're not actually thinking about what's going on. You're just assuming something. And I hate assumptions with my entire being. I don't like assumptions. I sometimes make assumptions, and I hate that about myself. I don't like it. So yeah, I don't like assumptions. And I think we should all move away from that on the internet. If we made less assumptions, the world would be a better place. Also, I'm not wearing my glasses. I literally just noticed. No, see, because tonight it's Yalda night. It's a tradition in Iran where it's the longest night of the year. And so yeah, basically I just got all dressed up and I was like, well, I should film a video. Yeah. Now I just literally threw everyone out of the living room so I could film this, but also the noise is still very, very loud, and I need viewer attention rates, so I'm probably not gonna get that because of this. God, I'm so frustrated. Whatever, let's talk about this. Now, on people being shamed for reading too much, I think this is basically a problem that stems from this person who is shaming others. They want to read that many books themselves, but because they can't do that, or because they don't have enough time, they just put it out on another person. They're like, oh, because I can't do this, then certainly you're faking it. You're just doing it for attention, or you're not actually understanding the books that you're reading. And it's like, that's so incredibly lame. That's so incredibly uncool. And I don't understand why we can't just coexist happily together, like, as a community. Is that too much to ask? But like, seriously, I think that is really too much to ask when it comes to like social media, especially TikTok and like short form content where you don't have enough time to adequately explain yourself. I think I'm saying adequately too much, whatever. But when you don't have enough time to actually explain yourself, like, you know, on like Instagram or whatever, you don't have enough time to explain yourself like you do on YouTube. So I think that leads to a lot of misunderstandings like this. So yeah, why somebody would bully someone else for how much they're reading could be because they want to read that much but they can't, or it could just be because they're a hateful person. That is also something that could happen. I feel like we don't acknowledge that enough on the internet, about how they are just people that want to hurt other people. Those people exist, and we need to acknowledge that. We need to acknowledge that not everyone is just doing things because they are troubled and because they need help. No, sometimes people are just bad. Yeah, I can't really curse right now because, you know, family members, but like, sometimes people are just bad, and we need to understand that. And what's the solution to this? I genuinely don't know. I think just talking about this like this and just making video essays on it is perhaps going to make the public more aware of this and make them realize that just because you can't do a thing doesn't mean another person can't do it. And also, please stop making assumptions where you're not understanding all the different factors of what you're assuming. So again, genre, this person's reading speed, this person's comprehension rate, this person's like free time. You're not considering any of these. And so again, you're just making assumptions about people. You have no idea who they are. Again, this is my motto, okay? We're all strangers. Nothing's real. And also, this whole world is a hallucination. That's genuinely my philosophy when it comes to online like debates, is that most of the time we're all strangers, we don't know anything about each other, and we shouldn't assume anything. And also, the door is being closed and opened so many times, I am going to lose my mind. Stop opening and closing doors. Stop! Anyway, now I want to touch upon another aspect of this, that is free time, and I want to talk about how a person's free time can affect how much they read, and how you really shouldn't assume how much free time someone has. So what I've been seeing online is, like, if you're a doctor, then you obviously don't have enough free time to be reading that many books a year. Well, I'm a student, I'm supposed to study, I'm in 8th grade, okay? And I go to a school that is like a higher level than normal school, so I have to study more. However, I still make time for my reading. You might be like, oh, she's just like lying, she doesn't have enough time, so she's just like half-assedly doing the books, right? Half-assedly reading the books. However, that would be wrong, because I don't sleep at night, I just read books and fan fiction. So that's the truth. You don't know anything about me, but you assumed that I'm not actually reading books, I'm just lying about it, because obviously, how can I have that much free time? Like, no, I don't read. I eat the book, okay? I eat the book at midnight. That's like my midnight snack. So I stay up all night and I read. And that's the thing that you don't know about me. So this just goes to show that we don't really know anything about anyone online. Even though they might tell us a lot about their lives, we still don't know anything about them. So again, we can't go around making assumptions. That's not that's not how humans work, okay? And I don't know, I feel so frustrated seeing people online just making assumptions and just leaving hate comments when in reality we shouldn't even be like, that's just not our business. Obviously I talk about the dramas online, I talk about drama on my YouTube channel. It's what gets views, it's what people are interested in, and I like yapping about drama. However, I'm never the one to start the drama. I'm never the one to be like, oh my god, what is this person doing? Why are they saying this? I never say that kind of stuff. And I actively discourage this kind of behavior because it's just wrong and it's mean. And I don't understand why we keep doing this every time. Like, Booktok has a new drama every week and it's usually about someone's personal opinion. Again, personal opinion that has nothing to do with anyone else. And I'm just like, that's just stupid behavior. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like my content, if you like the style of content. I'm working on making more bookish things, not just Booktok videos, like more bookish things. I am reading a lot of things for December just because I want to do like a big wrap up of the month where I just show you all the books I read. I'm reading like 20 books, like 15 books right now. It's insane. But yeah, it's gonna be like a big December wrap up, so stay tuned for that. And also, if there's anything that you want me to talk about, tell me in the comments and I shall talk about it. And also, please like this video if you liked it, so I know that you liked it, so I can feel good about myself and how I made this video. Now I'm going to pose for a thumbnail. Should it be like this? Should it be like this? Should it be like this? I like this.